Yeah. Hello, everybody. Welcome to That Checks Out with David and Ted. I'm excited for another 3, 2, 1. I'm out.
Yeah, that's exactly what he does.
That's Damon. I'm Ted. Let's talk about stuff.
Yeah. Let's go right into a sponsor.
Oh, great.
Before the music's even over.
Do-do.
Yeah.
Do-do-do-do.
What do you think, Mac? You got our sponsor ready for this week?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
What do you...
Spoken like a guy who's like, no.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, of course I got it ready. When do you need it? Yeah. All right.
Oh, no.
What's it called?
It's called the new Wiener Wrap by the Pillsbury Company.
Go ahead and play.
It turns plain hot dogs into
What do
4
you do with
different
hot
meals.
dogs besides boiling them or broiling them?
Ever try rolling them?
What?
With Wiener Wrap from Pillsbury.
Pause.
See?
Hold on.
It's fresh dough you roll
Hold
around
on.
the hot dog.
You ever try rolling them?
Yeah, I was going to say.
You ever try rolling them and smoking those wings?
I was going to say it would have been great if that was like Martha Stewart or Snoop Dogg. Been like, you ever try?
Yeah, she's like, you ever try rolling them? He's like, I have, Martha. You know, Snoop has.
Yeah.
I roll anything I need.
You ever try lighting them after you roll them, Martha? It's really hard.
Hey, Martha, you want to put it in your mouth? I rolled it up for you.
I
Tight.
rolled it up. All right, go ahead and
New
play.
Wiener Wrap.
It's Wiener Wrap from Pillsbury. See? It's fresh
Hold
dough
on.
you
Pause,
roll around
pause.
the hot dog.
Wiener Wrap were cans of dough made to be wrapped around a hot dog wiener and then baked in the oven. The dough was similar to crescent roll dough. Yeah, I can see that from the picture. The only difference is that this is a straight across cut and not the angle cut, commonly known as the crescent roll.
Wait a minute. Are those wiener cuts or are those crescent cuts?
Whoa,
Sir,
whoa,
we
whoa.
sent out the wiener cuts
Sir,
in the crescent box.
I need a 45-degree bias. Or I'm not.
Yeah.
I know this is not going to give me a crescent roll. This is what I'm putting wiener in.
Look, do you want to put your wiener in Pillsbury dough? Don't get a crescent
What
cut.
can you do with wieners besides putting them in your mouth or your butt?
Yeah. Don't get a crescent wrap. Go ahead. Hit play. It's the exact same thing, just straight cut.
Straight
That's all
cut,
it is.
yeah.
Go ahead and hit play.
It's fresh dough you roll around the hot dog.
It's easy.
Sure, just pop them in the
Do you know
oven
who that is?
while the Wiener Wrap
Yeah.
bakes. The hot dogs cook up plump and juicy.
All right, pause. For a
Pause.
second. First off, it takes 16
Yeah.
minutes.
If I put a
Now, I
hot
get
dog,
this was
it's been a while. It's been a while.
it's a current sponsor, but somehow it's older than we are.
Been a while.
I get microwaves are not a thing, but you could boil a hot dog faster than 16 minutes.
You can leave it set in the sun and
Yeah.
cook it faster
Yeah,
than
you could
16
sun
minutes.
tea. You
Yeah.
can make sun tea hot dogs. You can make
Sun
dirty
dogs.
water.
Yeah.
That woman is the from Airplane.
Yes.
Jim never has a second cup of coffee at home.
Correct. And I made that joke when I came in here,
Right.
but I knew this was coming. All right. So what's funny is, besides the fact that we are sponsored by things that probably no longer exist.
Well, they do. Just their angle cut.
Right. They're angle cut. But my point is when you cook a hot dog for 16 minutes, you're going to really want that hot dog.
Well, I think after, because this came out in the 70s, I think after the 60s and 70s was weed away and weed went underground for a little bit, people
Yeah.
woke up and went, wait a minute. We have a product on the shelf called Wiener Wrap?
Oh.
We have a product on the shelf that is like basically slang for condoms
Are you kidding me right
and
now?
it's straight cut? Get that out of here. Get that out of here. Put an angle on it, call it a crescent roll, make it French.
Yeah.
Those frogs will eat anything.
All
All
right.
You
go
put
ahead.
those on your ween.
Hit play.
See?
Honey, you're terrific. You even make hot dogs taste great.
Well, I had a little help.
Wiener Wrap turns plain hot dogs into something special.
Okay, pause.
Why are there 4? Like, they don't even explain it. Hey, we showed you one. There's 3 others.
Yeah,
They're mystery
are 4
wraps.
different kinds.
Yeah.
What are they?
They're mystery wraps for
Yeah.
your wieners. Now, here's the thing where it says, where it says in the dairy case.
If one of them's ribbed, I'm going to die.
Yeah, one of them has a reservoir tip.
Yeah.
Yeah, one is made out of lambskin.
Yeah. If you're allergic to crescent rolls, these are lambskin.
These are
okay?
lambskin.
Are you going to break out in a rash?
We got everyone covered.
Yeah. That's their motto. We got you covered.
These are
Well, yeah.
available in the dairy case or the pharmacy aisle.
And you're right. So it does say Pillsbury Company, what year?
1975.
We are 1976.
76,
So
yeah.
yes, these are,
These
by
are-
the way, proud sponsor. Proud sponsor.
Proud sponsor.
Okay.
That doughboy is happy to slap his wiener wrap
You
right
know
on the show.
there is no way, probably from 90s? No, 2000s. From the 2000s on, there's no way they could have this on.
Oh, for sure.
Okay. Up till, because we graduated in 94, okay? Because we're late 40s, lates.
79.
79. But the fact of the matter is politically, to be politically correct is the new thing. And I understand. This would push the envelope so bad.
Yeah.
So bad. And that name, somebody named that, and they went, and it wasn't the Pillsbury Doughboy laughing. It was somebody in the room.
Yeah, because you know why? Because they couldn't name it something sock.
Right. Right. That's what it is. It's like, listen, we were having so many babies in 1975. Yeah, because that's supposed to go in the oven. Okay, that's what that's supposed to do.
Yeah, she's like 16 minutes.
Wow. Wait, guess what? You're gonna get a sandwich that's fresh. Okay, this will be a callback. Remember when it's like 4 minutes, George? 16 minutes. Someone's gonna get a fresh sandwich. But no, you're right. There are four different cans up there, and they only show one. Hey.
Right, that's the thing.
They're all different.
There's a mustard colored one,
a
slightly different colored mustard one, a red one, and a blue one.
Yeah, and what's weird is
it's like the Avengers of Wiener Wrap.
What's bad is
this one's Captain America. This one's Iron Man.
What's bad is the graphics are so poor from the video, we can't read what they say.
Right, we can't see what they say.
There's no HD,
and the wieners look questionable.
Oh, for sure.
They look like foreshortened.
For sure.
They're very like squish.
Yeah, but and
I don't like the way he's rubbing his tongue.
Yeah, but like the dad, for the dad to act like the mom's a gourmet chef because she wrapped a crescent roll around a hot dog.
It literally looks like pigs in a blanket.
Okay, this takes us back, and I'm sure we remember this, and I'm going to say it. This is what I called it: my white trash casserole. Okay, we know what this is. It's blue box mac and cheese with hot dog cut up in it. Okay, and I got to be honest with you, it can get you through life. Okay, it is what it is. If you come to my house and go, could you make a casserole? And I make that, and you go, man, I'm going to need this recipe.
Dancing through life, eating this casserole.
But that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
If you compliment my casserole and like, I'm going to need this recipe. That the dad's acting like, first off, the dad's going later on. He's like, listen, honey, I talked really nice about those hot dogs. Okay. I didn't tell the kids they're just hot dogs that we could have easily left in the sun on the dash of the car for 4 minutes and ate them.
Look, honey, I talked real nice about these hot dogs. I did a bathroom.
Yeah.
I stopped by our son's room, talked to the turtle.
Yeah, call back from last week. I'm going to need some attention later. Okay? Just saying. But anyway, I want to thank our sponsor, Wiener Wraps.
Did you save any of those Wiener Wraps, baby?
Yeah.
I'm going to need some attention later.
You hear the can pop in the room? You're like, pop.
Yeah.
Foop.
Yeah.
Whoa. Hold on now. Hold on.
And the kids are like, gross.
You know the rule. It's got to be in for 16 minutes. It doesn't count. So
you know the rule. Wiener wrapping is cool.
Yeah. He looks at the camera. All right. Thumbs up. All right. Last couple weeks ago was April Fool's. Okay. Sure. I'm not a huge April Fool's guy. I really don't.
Yeah.
I really don't care.
On this topic.
Yeah.
Your wife.
Yeah.
Sometimes known as the unmentioned third member of that checks out. Maybe she's the ampersand.
She might be.
She looks like she's scooting her butt.
Yeah, right over there. Yeah. Pull the thread.
Reached out to me like, hey, Damon says he's busy, doesn't want to play along. It was a thing that it was our business card or the two avatar faces of us and said canceled across it and said, so you had done something and we could Mac and I could no longer support it and we were out. And she's like, can you post it? Damon's busy, won't do it. And I was like, no, I'm morally opposed to April Fool's joke. She's like, haha, okay. And I was like, no, I don't think you understand. That was not a joke. I don't find them funny. I think they're ridiculous. I'm not in the mood.
Yeah.
Literally was not in the mood. And so it was just like, boom, like a lead balloon.
Yeah.
I don't know where you're going, but that was my whole point. Like, nope, I'm out.
No. So on April Fool's, our boss calls in the office one by one, right? To tell us, and again, I don't know what date it is because I don't really care because April Fool's means nothing. I'm a grown-ass man who doesn't care about pranks, right? But he calls us in and he says, hey, he goes, look, we've been fighting this as long as possible. We got to extend the hours. We're doing this, right? And he's going through the thing. Now, I don't know what day it is. I don't care.
Right.
So anyway, he gets through the whole spiel, right? And I tell him, I said, all right, I basically give him back my 2 cents, right, on what's going on. And he goes, we're going to rework the whole schedule. I said, whoa, you don't need to do that. And I said, let's clean this up. Instead of saying you already blank me, I'm going to say you already have relations with me 1 day a week. Okay. This company has unwanted relations with me.
Right.
Okay. 1 day a week where I hate life and this is what happens. Right. I'm just going to hate it for an extra hour. You don't need to rewrite schedules. I'll just hate it for an extra hour. And I said, and the guys that hate their other day when you're having relations with them, and I didn't say it that way. I hadn't said relations. Anyway, I said,
I hadn't said fudge.
Yeah, but I said they will go ahead and probably take it the same way and just be like, it'll just suck for an extra hour. Okay. So I do that. Now, mind you, this is after I've already told him on that day, should my coworkers believe that I don't need a break, I will have relations, murder them. Okay? That's what I said to my boss in the meeting. I get done. He breaks character and smiles and says, April Fools. And he goes, oh my God, did you take that so much better than I thought you would? I said the relations word about 19 times.
Also, what I like though is now he's like, now I know that I can relation them.
Yeah.
1 extra hour on that day, I'm already relationing them.
Right.
They've already given that bargaining chip up.
But he really looks at me and he goes, I can't believe how mellow that was. And I looked at him and I go, I just said the F word 19 times.
I just threatened to murder people.
And I threatened to murder people.
Murder people.
And you know what's weird is he went, you took that really well. You know? and I go, he goes, I know you. And that was really well. And I go, okay. And I go, so is this really happening or not? He goes, no, it's a total joke. I go, cool. And I looked at him and I go, now, and I told him, I said, I'm going to punch you in the deck. I said it just like that. Only I said relations deck.
Yeah.
Okay. I said it like that. And he looked at me and he goes, I'm not going to stand up. I said, I wouldn't. And I backed out of his office and I looked at him and I did the whole eye thing where I looked like I'm watching you. And he's laughing. He's having fun with it. And that's cool. He had a joke. It is what it is. And I wasn't super busy at that minute. So it was okay. But other guys didn't take it nearly as well. Somebody got up and walked out of his office. It was like, steaming mad. And he tells me, you took it pretty well. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Here's the deal. That's why I don't really care for April Fools, because you don't know, like, what if that was the straw that made me want to win the lottery that day? Okay. And be like, we're done.
At a previous company, there was a training gag where you would tell people that one of the machines was voice activated.
Right? Nice.
And we're down at corporate and they're doing this and someone was playing that joke and I literally took my name badge off and set it on the table. I'm like, if this is what we're doing,
yeah,
let me know how to change my flight.
Right.
And I walked out and they were like, what? And they went and got me and came back and like, we were just joking. I'm like, oh, I know that joke.
But that's not why I'm here.
I don't think that's funny.
That's not why I'm
here. I
here.
don't think that you get anyone in for training and that's trying to train. Like I take it seriously. I want people to know how to do their job. I don't want them to feel uncomfortable. I want them to come back tomorrow. I want them to think that they are actually respected here. That is ridiculous and ignorant. If I see that you're still perpetuating this rumor that this is funny and there's something you can do, I'm out. Just letting you know that.
Yeah.
I will find another job. Nice knowing you. Thanks a lot. Appreciate the offer. And they were like, oh, we didn't. Yeah, you didn't think about it. It's you're already coming to a new job. Especially like not me. I don't give it. But we're hiring, 18-year-olds.
There's a lot of people that are nervous.
This is their first. Yeah, their first.
Yeah,
job.
you're not as nervous.
There's a lot of stuff to learn. There's a lot of things going on.
Right.
And it's just not. It's not cool.
But I'm saying if that's the straw and it's
Right,
meant
that's
to
what I'm
be a
saying.
joke,
Right.
It's like, okay, listen,
You're running a tight risk, my man.
you are, because how many of these people are going to walk out and be like, that's bullshit. Okay. And so my thing is I still did not react. I didn't react like Damon would have. Okay. Right. But I was almost Damon. I was not full Damon. Full Damon. I probably had 36 of those in me. You know what I mean?
Everyone knows you don't go full Damon.
You don't go full Damon, but it was just so funny where he's like, man, I really thought you were going to go over the top. Okay. Threatening to murder my coworkers.
Yeah.
And dropping the fudge bomb. Okay. Having relations 19.
Oh, you went on his desk?
Yeah. But again, it's okay that you took solace in that and this and that. But had I been having the day that I was having earlier, and that was like where I just get up and leave, because someone almost did. Like they almost left. And he had to like call him back in and then tell him. And it's like, dude, you don't understand. That's truth serum. You can't, if that's what makes them snap, and then you're like, oh, I can't believe you acted that way. Really?
Yeah.
It's like you're saying, it might be funny after you all work together for a year to be like, we got a new machine and hey, it works this way.
Right.
Not when you're in training for a new position at a new company.
It's the day one of their job.
And you go, okay, so this is how they're going to screw with me all the time.
Right.
I'm done. And in reality, that's not what's going to happen. It's just somebody is mistiming their fun. Again, you guys all work together for a year and you get a new machine and you go, hey, we're going to tell them this printer, this copier right here, it only works when you talk to it.
I had a job where literally one of the guys said something like, oh, you can't wear those shoes. And what do you mean? And he went on a whole like, no, I've read the handbook. There's clearly, and he was the whole thing. It's like, oh, I thought you'd fall for it. I was just trying to mess with you. And I was like, it's not funny.
Yeah.
I don't find that funny. And he's like,
there's nothing entertaining about
that. He's
that.
like, you can't talk to me. I'm like, I think on the hierarchy it was higher. And they're like, yeah, no, I can talk to whoever I want. Yeah. Like, I understand that
I'm talking to you like a person.
I understand there might be, repercussions from that.
Yeah.
But you don't talk to me like that. You don't like, I'm not a, hey, I just met you. Let me belittle you, or let me say things that you're like, now you're questioning like, oh, can I do this? Or can I not do that? I just want you to know from here on out, if I continue to work at this job, I will never trust you ever.
Yeah.
I will, every time you tell me to do something, I will verify it before I do it. So
I will question it.
You have wasted not only your time and my time, because now if you give me something to do, I will go ask someone else if that's something I should be doing. So you've wasted your time by telling me. You've wasted my time, and now I got to go talk to someone else. We're wasting their time by verifying it. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoy yourself. And it just literally was flabbergasted that I would do that. Like, I just don't play that game. I don't understand why that's like, oh, that's funny.
Right.
That's funny.
To who?
Yeah.
To who?
You know, I got to pick on the new guy.
Yeah. Here's the deal. I won't be the new guy anymore. I'll be the guy that previously worked here.
Right.
It's real easy.
I will be the artist formerly known as this guy.
See that spinning name tag? That's where I was standing when you pulled that shit. And I walked to the door. Yeah. Where'd he go? He left. Yeah. So, but yeah, I had that happen, and I was just like, again, it was fine. And it was at the end. What was funny to me is how it was like, wow, I can't believe you didn't overreact. And in my mind, I'm going, I can't believe you think that I got another level. I do. Yeah. I had 10 more levels.
Right.
I know me. I've been in my head. I know exactly what I was thinking. I cleaned it up. Okay.
Yeah, but the fact that he didn't think that was
yeah.
one of the overreacting levels.
Yeah.
Like, I have a lot of overreaction levels. This was one of them.
Yeah.
I understand this wasn't the top floor.
Yeah.
But we were in the building.
Yeah, we were in the building. We're in a glass elevator. We're looking down.
Yeah.
Okay, we're looking down.
It goes sideways and slantways and upways and backways. Yeah. We are in the elevator, Charlie.
Yeah. Look, we're in the arch. We're not looking out the window yet, but we're in the arch. Okay. So, what about you? Anything fun happen this week? You got any stories besides, want to kill somebody?
I mean, April Fool's was my 1-year anniversary at my job.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah.
Oh, so that's something.
Yeah, I feel like I did do something. Oh,
did you get a review?
No, that's coming up. But
gotcha. Yeah.
I feel like no. I will say this. I don't know if. Yeah, I'll just say this. Like, I was, friend of the show, John DeCause.
Yeah,
calls me up. He's like, "What are you doing Labor Day weekend?" And I literally, like, I must have walked through a door. I know I'm calling back a lot to last week, but I was like, I don't know. It's probably something. He's like, "Oh yeah, I don't remember. I booked you for the show in Crystal Lake." And I was like, "Oh yeah, I guess that's what I'm doing." He's like, "Okay, but I have a better offer." And I was like, "Okay." And he's like, "I didn't even tell you what it is." I'm like, "That's fine. Whatever it is, I'll do it." He's like, "But you don't want to hear it?" I'm like, "No, I'm good."
Yeah. So no, I'm busy on Labor Day. Yeah. Understand?
No, we're going to Des Moines, Iowa.
Okay.
To do the Funny Bone out there. It's a comedy club out there. Yeah. But yeah, John and I are going on a little 2-man road trip.
Yeah.
He's going to headline. He's bringing me out as a feature. So that's fun. I think
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's a guy's weekend. You'll hang out.
Well, because he said,
so you'll be staying. Yeah. You'll be staying or coming back?
Well, here's the thing: is after we'll go out Friday. We'll drive out Friday, do Friday show, spend the night.
Yeah.
Do Saturday show. I assume stay. I don't know.
Yeah. Do you have a late show? You have 2 shows, or you got 1?
I think it's just 1 show a night. But if it's, if you get out of there at 9, I mean that's a hefty drive.
That's a hefty drive.
But the point is like he said this to me after the show in September in Wilmington. He's like, "Hey, do you know how long you did out there?" I'm like, "Yeah, I know. It was between 30 and 40 minutes." He's like, "Yeah, no, I think you're ready. I think it's time. I do these shows on the road. I think you should come with me."
That's awesome.
And I was like, "Great," but
I don't agree with what he's saying.
But also,
awesome.
I was like, "Okay," but until I get the actual, "Hey, let's do this," it's going to go in the okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah, right.
But then he called. I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, let's do that."
Yeah, I like that. I got something better. Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sign me up.
But then the funny thing is, the next night I was with Comedy Brian. He was doing a show with Larry Reeb.
Yeah.
He was hosting for Larry, and he's like, "Hey, you excited?" Because we were gonna the show that he had me booked on was Brian, me, then Larry. He's like, "Hey, you excited? Next time we're gonna work with Larry, it's gonna be 3 of us." And I was like, "Ooh."
Bigger, better deal, bro.
Guess what?
BBD.
And then I told him, he's like, "Oh, that sucks." He's like, "Wait a minute, so John's not going to be there either?" I'm like, "Nope. You got to go by yourself, bro."
Yeah.
Bruh.
Well, they're going to have to get a feature probably.
Well, yeah, they'll have to get it. But I mean, like, usually Brian and I go up together.
I got you.
We hang out with John in the green room and stuff like that. But no, he's going to.
Yeah, he's flying solo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's going to be a big boy.
Solo mission.
Big boy.
But no, that's good news.
Yeah.
And do I think you're ready? Absolutely not.
Absolutely
but you know what? John does. And that's all that matters.
Yeah.
So, okay. So,
and when is this one coming out?
This one will be
the 28th?
Yeah, this one is the 28th.
Oh,
correct.
So tonight I will be at Zany's in Chicago.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, just watching. It's like,
I will be performing.
Tomorrow I'll be at Walmart.
At Zany's.
And
yeah, tomorrow I'll be at Walmart.
And then Wednesday. Yeah, I like that. So, hey, in honor of you then, I don't want to call this a bit, but I was thinking of this. And I actually named a new scent after you. Okay?
Concerned?
Yeah, because I started thinking. So what's weird is I walk past my kid's room, okay? And you know how a kid's room has its own scent?
Unfortunately.
Yeah. So I call it Locker Room by Chuck. Okay?
Yeah.
So that's what I call it, right?
Right.
But then I also have Dirty Laundry by Chuck. They both have, it's a distinct odor.
Yeah.
Now, if the locker room should happen to be full of dirty laundry, then you got to double up on that one.
This should be, clearly, rose tinted glasses looking backwards. But I honestly don't feel like my room smelled like that growing up.
I don't think so either, but if you're in it, you might be.
I guess.
You ever get in somebody's car and you're like, how the hell do you drive this? You must be nose blind.
Right.
Yeah.
But, I had my own, clothes hamper. They put my dirty clothes in. I showered every day.
Right. Right. Well, and the big thing, because I helped your mom. I helped you when I was being a hero that day, but I helped you. We flipped the mattress and she changed your sheets. There's people in my house that don't believe in changing sheets till you tell them. So if you change your sheets when you were a kid, that gets you steps ahead too. It's the stuff that takes your body odor that stays.
Right.
You got to get rid of it. But anyway, I call it Locker Room by Chuck, right? So now I have Damon. Is That Popcorn by Damon, right?
We know what that means.
All right. So I do believe, and by the way, if you've just joined us and you don't know what that means.
Yeah, because we talked about that way back in.
It's been a long time.
Not the studio, not the studio before this.
Right.
The first studio.
The first studio.
Way back.
My thing is, and this works. If you're new, this is wisdom, and you're welcome.
If you're new, it's new to you.
Yeah, it's new to you. If you've never heard this, it's new to you. What I like to do, if I decide to break wind, okay, let's keep it clean, people. Keep it clean. I like to tell people, you smell popcorn, okay?
Now,
That's what I like to do.
the reason for this is because when someone says, "Do you smell popcorn?"
What's your next
immediately your brain is like, "Hey, you need to inhale deeply through your nose."
No, I don't smell popcorn.
No, I didn't. That does not smell like popcorn at all.
Right. So my scent is That Popcorn by Damon. Okay.
By Damon.
I have one for Mac. It's called In Up to My Ankle by Mac. Okay. Smells like dirty socks. Okay. And they might be halfway in another room. You don't know.
Yeah. Well, that room might not be the temperature of hell.
Yeah, I was gonna say, would it be suck if that's the coolest room in here and we are a door away from having the best?
No, because you know why? Because there would be a tornado right here.
There really would.
Because there's 6 inches of space between the floor and the door.
Yeah.
The atmospheric pressure between this room and that room, if that room was that cold, would cause...
It would be like backdraft in here. Anytime you open that door, we would get sucked out the window. Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be like shooting a plane window out.
Yeah. Yeah. And then my last one, this is in honor of you.
Oh, good.
I
forgot this is where this started.
Yeah. Back in Time by Wilson. All right. Now, what this smells like the 80s. Okay. Back in Time. And I'm assuming you get the reference.
I do get the reference.
I did specifically for you. All right. But yeah, I started thinking. So when you go to that,
we're good.
You got volume?
No, we're good.
Oh, he's adjusting his cans. Turn them up.
No, don't touch my cans.
Turn them up.
Don't touch
Turn
them.
them up. Give him some echo. Remember we got in here when we started? That was so wild.
I didn't have it. You had
I had echo. But anyway, yeah, I thought that was some new sense. So what if we're giving Jerry one?
Oh, okay.
Pour one out for Jerry.
Pour one out for Jerry.
What is it?
It's stale beer.
It's really just pouring one out. Yeah. It is a puddle of rancid beer that's been sitting here because we've poured it out about 57 times. So, but yeah, no, that was kind of where I was going with that. Just, I thought in honor of you, I would give yours was last, Back in Time, by Wilson. And notice I didn't say by Ted because I don't really call it.
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
I really.
Much to my chagrin.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be weird if that checks out with Damon and Wilson? It's like, why? Because you named it. Yeah. I don't understand. It was really hard to put Ted on there, but I was like, we got to go with first names.
Well, yeah, I mean, you wouldn't have fit, by the way.
Well, might have. Might have. You'd fit now. You're getting smaller. You'd fit now.
What font are we putting Ted's name in? Do we do an 8 point on that?
Yeah. All right. Can we do some fun facts then?
Sure.
All right. First fun fact. Bears can outrun, outclimb, and outswim humans. We know this. Okay. But it says, however, their center of gravity makes it difficult for them to run downhill. So this is the next sentence. So try to meet a bear on a hill.
Okay.
How about if we just try not to meet a bear?
But I get that they can't run, but I assume they can bowling ball.
Yeah.
What happens? Roll down that hill.
So what happens when they roll past you? Now they're at the bottom of the hill.
Now they're running up.
Yeah. And you're like, damn it.
So there's two scenarios there. Either they run past you and they're running up, or they just run right over you. They just steamroll you.
Right.
Steamroller.
He calls his shot. Yeah. Did he lay down and do that? He did. He just lay down. He just lay down and did it.
Hey, guys, look up there. There's an 800-pound bear rolling right behind.
Yeah. His
run faster.
Yeah, his secret move is just curling into a bowling ball. But he rolls past you. He rolls so far down the hill. He stands up, wipes himself off. He's dusting himself off. You're still running at him. And if you turn around, he's now faster than you because now you're going uphill. Because remember, they can outclimb you. So, but yeah, I just thought that was so weird where they're like, So try to only meet a bear on a hill. I think if I had to meet a bear anywhere, I don't think that it would matter if I was uphill or downhill the bear. I'm dead. Okay. I said I could box a tiger. I could, if we put gloves on and it was fair fight. I think I could fight a tiger. A bear, I don't know. I really don't know. So if I was uphill from it, here's my real thought. If I was wearing Locker Room by Chuck, okay, I feel like the bear would leave. I'm not playing dead. I could be doing active stuff, and the bear would be like, I'm out.
I think that'd be the first time you ever hear a bear go, woof.
Yeah, the bear goes, no. He does the Mac. No. I'm sorry. I'm out.
Nope.
Yeah, like Damon in Dodgeball. I am out. Second fun fact. This one's a little gross. Frida, an American baby brand. So it's basically Friday without the Y. Okay. Announced plans to launch breast milk flavored ice cream in 9 months. Okay. The 9 months thing, I don't know if that's a joke or a touch, but that's pretty cool. Okay. Designed to mimic the taste without containing actual breast milk. Is there, I mean, other than babies, is this like, I want to give my baby ice cream, but I really want it to have breast milk. It says the ice cream, rich in essential nutrients, aims to offer a unique experience for all consumers. Couldn't you just make healthy ice cream and it could taste like chocolate?
Nutritious, rich chocolate ice cream.
Yeah. You know, the only way we can make that.
We want it to taste like the teat.
The only way we can make it healthy is if it tastes like it comes right from the tap. By the way, I got to tell you, I'm late 40s. We've already established that. I don't remember what breast milk tastes like. I've never craved it. Oh, because when I had it,
give you a little taste.
Yeah, when I had it, I was 1. You know what I mean? I didn't. I don't know that it's something people crave. And if that's your whole thing, could you imagine like there's TCBY and then there's Frida, like it's right next door. Right. You're like, what do you guys? Okay, we just have one flavor. You guys put sprinkles on? No, that'd be gross. We're not doing that. That would take away from the flavor, you know. But yeah, breast milk ice cream, and it's going to be hard scoop, scoop ice cream. No. I'm not down for that at all. Okay.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know where I'm going to go with that.
No, but I thought the touch 9 months. Yeah. That's a nice touch. Nice ring. So anyway, I saw that and I thought that's a cool, fun fact that I want no part of. I'm literally grossed out. Now, this one I might be down for. If you crack an egg in the ocean, it will remain intact. Divers went 60 feet underwater and found, so by the way, they're probably scientists, and found there's enough pressure to hold the yolk and white of a cracked egg together as if it were still in its shell. Someone prove this theory.
All right, I'm not doing it. I don't even care anymore. I still want to know, but why?
There we go. That one works. Okay.
But why?
Right. Why? And you know what's weird? You think there's a diver that's like, okay, look, we're going to make omelets before we go out. Yeah. Before we can't eat an hour before we go. Save me an egg. Save me an egg.
What if he goes like, man, he goes to grab like something he needs underwater and he realizes like, oh no, that was the egg pocket.
That was my egg pocket in your wetsuit. Yeah. Okay, so does your wetsuit have an egg pocket? Because mine does. Yeah. No, mine has my keys. By the way, that pocket came unzipped in the ocean. Can you help me find my keys?
Oh, I must have put the rebreather in the egg pocket and the egg in the rebreather pocket.
He turns around, the guy's choking on an egg. Yeah. I had to give him the Heimlich maneuver at 60 feet down.
Look, he's choking on that egg, but look, it is completely intact.
It is staying intact. I mean, the shell broke.
It looks like it's still in the shell.
You know why? Because it's staying intact. He can't swallow it. Imagine if he was 45 feet that way.
He'd be fine.
He'd be fine. So, you want to take him up? No. We're going this way. We're looking for my keys. I gotta go this way.
I went this way. They're in this trench.
Dolphins are playing keep away with your keys.
Dolphins
are dicks.
He'll be here higher when we come back up.
I was going to say, yeah, he's going to float eventually. Yeah. You ever heard a dead man float?
Yeah. He'll fill up with gases. He'll go straight up. Do you smell popcorn?
Yeah. That's how you get him to drown. Yeah. You smell popcorn? Oh! Yeah. So I just thought that was so wild. It's like divers went 60 feet underwater and found. They went down there with the egg to go, okay, listen.
All right, so this tomato didn't stay.
Yeah, don't tell me.
This loaf of bread just totally mushed.
Yeah.
This potato is so not a potato anymore. This egg.
Yeah.
This egg, everybody. I don't even do it.
Where's the bacon? We were gonna have BLTs. We already have the
The
bread.
bread,
We have the
the
lettuce. Yeah. We got the peas and the L's. Where's the T's? So, anyway, yeah, I just thought that was kind of wild. And to know specifically, like, look, we could go down 45 feet. It ain't gonna work. We got to go to 60. You think they took a dozen eggs?
Oh, yeah.
Every 5 feet?
We've got to go deeper.
Every 5 feet they're doing it. And then the last egg, they're like, hot damn, 60 feet's a number.
Thank God.
Thank God. Because I got to go look for my
So
keys.
they turn and look at Randy, who's sitting there with another dozen eggs. Like, I carried these for nothing. I didn't even need to bring these.
And I dropped my keys.
And my keys are gone. I couldn't grab my keys because I was holding on to these eggs.
They're Randy's keys.
The whole time he was like, guys,
Yeah.
as the keys are slowly
They're
like
going
descending
past them.
past them. Yeah, guys,
Yeah.
guys. What, Randy?
You know what I picture then too at the bottom of that? It's the Disney, the Little Mermaid. The keys fall right down. She's like, "Woo!" There's a singing crab down there and a redhead playing with my keys.
Under the sea, we have Randy's keys.
Randy,
Downwards, wetter. We can drive his Vetta.
you know what's bad? He gets back to his car and he hears poop poop because the crab has his fob. Oh, they're just screwing me now. They're just messing with me. Randy, where's your keys? That's so awesome. All right, last one. Last fun fact. Cannonballs used to be stored aboard a ship in piles on a brace frame, on a brass frame, or a tray called, you know what it is?
No,
A monkey.
monkey.
Okay?
Oh, brass monkey.
Brass monkey, right? So it says in very cold weather, the brass would contract,
Freeze your balls off.
spilling the cannonballs. Hence, the cold weather is cold enough to freeze the balls off a brass monkey. Right. Now, I've never heard freeze the balls off a brass monkey.
This does feel like it's one of those, like, freeze the balls of a brass monkey was a phrase and someone then retroactively put it.
Right.
Because there's a whole, like, where the FU comes from, and it's, like, there's this story about where it's plucking the U. None of that is true.
Understood.
But someone took it and, like, went backwards.
They worked it, yeah.
They worked it backwards. This feels like it. I have not confirmed it, but yes.
Yeah, no, that seems
Also,
very-
where are you going where it's like you're having cannon fodder that cold? You know what I mean? It's not like you're
Right. Yeah.
It's not like if it's that cold, they're like, hey, let's go further up in this ocean.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So when you say
There's
that,
nothing stopping us. There's no fences. There's no like land masses. Let's go
Right.
up where it's colder.
it's cold that way.
Up where it's
We
colder.
could go that way.
We're all that much bolder.
Yeah.
Under the sea.
You know what else shrinks?
Yeah.
Randy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Randy's balls also shrink. You
Right.
can freeze the balls off of
You
Randy.
can freeze the balls off of Randy. But no, I just when I read this again, so they show the picture, and I've seen this before. I understand. But yeah, you're right. They worked backwards the long
I
way.
feel like they worked
the long
backwards.
way.
Yeah.
So somebody went, wait, freezing, and I've never heard that term. I've heard colder than a witch's teat in a brass bra.
Yeah, in a Frida cup.
Yeah, I've heard that in a Frida cup. Yeah. By the way, you can milk anything with nipples. I'm just letting you know. Did you just break them?
I did. Hey, Matt,
Oh no!
I think they snapped back in. What'd you break? Your headphones?
Nothing. Look away.
They're good. They just popped out. They're fine.
Look away.
It's fine.
It's all right. You got a Ryzen mic over here too, by the way. All
No,
right.
I fixed that.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
All right. So
I'm,
now,
I'm not holding it anymore.
fun fact.
I don't know what to do. I have both hands free for an
Well,
entire
because you came
episode.
around the outside instead of just staying on the inside loop.
Came around the outside.
Yeah.
Two trailer park girls.
Go
round
around.
around outside.
Okay. Here's a tangent.
All right, what are we doing?
Here's a tangent. Okay. You know what? I should have talked about this. I got a haircut 2 days ago. I decided to go on lunch.
Oh, no
Get
one likes a
haircut.
bragger.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Right. So I go and when I get there, I get the maid from Family Guy to cut my hair.
Okay. She wanted more lemon pledge.
Right. So as she goes, it's a 3 on the sides and finger length on top. I said, yes, a tight finger length. So get your fingers in there. And that's where I want the hair.
I need you to finger my head.
Right.
Get
That's
in
what
there.
I need.
Get in there.
Okay.
Yeah, I standing to this perspective, I am maybe 3 feet from you. This is not what happened.
No.
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 So the side stops somewhere in the middle of my head.
Yeah, you look like Clooney from ER.
Correct. So the 3 stops somewhere in the middle of my head. Okay. Now I walked in with a full head of hair combed the way I wear it. Okay. I didn't comb it different when I came in.
Okay, you matched yes, shorter.
So anyway, I tell her. Now, as I sit down, what made me think of that, you know what song came on? Eminem. And I heard Two Trailer Park. It started.
Oh, maybe she got into it and went like, this guy wants an M&M.
Yeah.
An M&M.
So it starts, and I go, oh, I'm sitting in Great Clips. Okay? Call me. Anyway, I'm sitting there, and I'm going, how are they going to get around the swears in this song? They didn't.
Oh, someone was playing Alanis Morissette at work today.
Yeah.
And they, do you think of her when... Do you think of me when you...
Yeah, okay.
And I was like, oh, that said the thing. That didn't say fudge.
Yeah, but she hadn't said fudge.
And then
7 times.
And then, like, they had fans on today because it was warmer.
Yeah.
Like the big, like, woo. So they were turning up the thing. And when the person would turn it up, it was Shaggy. That's what was playing. Wasn't me. Found me banging in the bath. Like, wait a minute. Let's not turn that up, everybody.
Yeah. Who's got the aux cable?
Yeah. Also,
Who's
who
got the
is
aux?
playing this song?
Yeah.
Whose mix is this at work?
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I hear. I hear those stories.
And then, like, inevitably, this one jackass was like, wasn't me. Yeah. And I was like, well played,
well
Shag.
played. Well played.
Well
Yeah.
played.
You're not going to be an informer. I see where you go right now. All
wow.
right. Yeah.
Boom, boom, nah.
Yeah. But my point is I sit down and I go, how are they going to clean this up? Now, in walks a man that makes me look young to get a haircut, okay? And this thing's going full blast. And I'm watching his eyes because you know how you can see the reflection of 19 people behind you because your mirror's deep. So you see yourself in their mirror and then again in their mirror.
And that guy's like,
yeah.
Bro, that's not finger length.
Yeah.
Can you see that?
Dude, that's not the side.
Bro.
Said 3
Bro.
on the side.
Bro.
That's
Lady.
3 halfway to the top.
Lady. Senorita.
Yeah.
It's, it's not going to.
I have a faux hawk. Yeah.
Bruh.
Yeah. So then I get done. And I said to her, she goes, do you want any product? I never want product, no. But I said, can you please wet it back down? Because I'm going to just, take my hands and wipe it down where it needs to be. I got a brush in the car. I don't care. Just wet it down. I don't want to walk out in the parking lot and dump a bottle of water over my head. Could you spray it? She doesn't know what that means because we're not communicating properly.
Yeah.
So I get all done and I go, can I? And her spray bottle's right there. Like, I'm going to take your spray bottle and do myself in a minute here. Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah. So then I said, can you wet it down? And I point at the spray bottle and she goes, okay. She does nothing.
God, I was hoping she'd be like, and she just sprayed me right in the face.
Yeah. Like a cat.
Yeah.
Get off my chair. She's squirting me. It's like, I'm not on the chair. I just want my head wet, So anyway, she finally does that. And she goes, you like? And I go, and I looked at her and I go, no. And she goes, what? And so anyway, again, I go to pay and they keep raising the price of these things. It is what it is. But I'm like, okay, normally I tip at least $5 at least, Well, they've creeped to the 21 now. They used to be like 17, then 18, then 19. At 20, I go, okay, it's 25 and you get a $5 tip. Well, it's 21.
Oh, 21. Now you get a $4 tip.
So she got and you know what's weird? It says 5, 10, other number, 4. And it's because, no, I don't like. Now I'm going to tip you because I'm not a huge ass hat. Okay. I'm going to need one to wear now, some kind of ass hat to make this look better. But it was just weird. And she goes, you like, and I go, no. Yeah. Just that plain.
I'm going to answer with Mac.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Now, it's weird that you said it because the other day my mom was like, man, I really would like a pedicure, but no one will drive me. So I was like, well, I'll get a pedicure. So
and you send her pictures of you doing it.
You're
like, I got one. I don't know about you.
I can drive myself.
You don't even go pick her up.
No.
You just go do it yourself.
But so we get there and they're like, I was like, do you need to make an appointment or anything? Because I was like, I might be able to come down. I don't know. But do you need to No, we just walk in. We get there. She has 2 pedicures. Okay, it'd be 45 minutes. And she looks at me and I'm like, I already drove an hour. I'm pot committed.
Yeah. I'm all in.
I don't know if you want to sit in this chair for 45 minutes. I'm sitting here.
I'm all in.
I'm not driving home.
Right. I'm all in.
I'm not driving you back because I know what happens when you leave. You come back and seven more people actually took up the 45-minute wait.
Right.
And then after 8 minutes, they get us in seats. I'm like, okay, well, you are bad at timing. Do you burn a lot
Maybe she meant 4 or 5. What place were you at?
Do you burn a lot of toast?
Yeah.
Like, are your frozen pizzas charcoal? Because you're like,
right.
15 minutes, 3 hours.
How long do you cook a hot dog in a wiener wrap? Okay.
Well, yeah.
How long? 45 minutes?
Yeah. Because it should be 16. 16 tops.
Yeah.
Any more than 16, you're just showing off.
Right.
No. So then we get done. I get done first, right? Because I don't get any color or anything. But they literally they massage your and I have now this is true. I have nerve damage in my right foot. So actually, after that kind of treatment, like I'd actually I can feel my foot as I walk now. This is cool. It's an entirely different.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's an entirely different process.
Gotcha.
And everything. And it's weird. Like I had just trimmed my own. Like I didn't even need this. I'd already trimmed my own nails 3 days before, and but I was like, let's get the full thing.
Right. Yeah.
But she gets her thing.
Let's
and then,
splurge.
And so then she's got one of those walker roll. What do they call it? Rollators? What are the walkers that roll kind of thing?
Yeah.
They can sit down, turns of seat. So I'm holding the door for her as I'm letting her out. There's another woman coming in. I was like, "Oh, you already caught me on the job. I might as well." And she's like, "Hi," and I'm wearing some of our merch. I'm thinking I'm either wearing the windbreaker or the bomber, and it's got the logo. And she goes, "Is that your business?" And my brain short circuited. I'm like, "How do I tell this 84-year-old woman what a podcast is?
Yeah.
This is my podcast.
It's a talking.
Yeah. It's a radio show. Do you remember Jack Benny? I'm one of those. I'm like Ed Sullivan on the radio.
I'm Jack Teddy. Yeah.
But I was literally, my brain was like, how do I tell her about a podcast? How do I explain that this is my name on this podcast?
Right.
How do I explain what a podcast is? Is this woman alive?
Just say no. Is that your business?
Is that your
No.
business? Yeah, it's my company. Oh, just bless you. Like, did you want to? I don't want to read it. I was just wondering. What was
Right.
it? It was just so like, what do I do? Like, my brain is like, you don't even. My brain. The first answer out of my brain's mouth should have been, you don't have to say anything. You could just say yes and walk away. But my brain is like, how do I explain this?
Yeah.
What do I do?
You've caused me so much anxiety.
Right. I hate you, lady.
Yeah.
Go back down the sidewalk. I'm shutting the door on you. I can drive myself.
Right.
But the whole time, like I couldn't communicate with the woman and my mom. My mom is trying. Oh, this feels great. It's lovely. And the lady's just like,
Uh-huh. Yeah. No,
I go get a hot towel, put it on my mom. Oh, that feels wonderful.
Right.
Hot.
So the one thing that I thought of when I left is I did think that the best reaction would have been like, no, if I would have said that. I did not, because I would have went full Family Guy, for Lemon Pledge. I would have been great.
Right.
But no, I literally, just that fast,
No.
I literally just went,
Mr. Superman knows.
yeah. But
you can get him. We got a child in danger. No. Mr. Superman.
But just to be like, you like, and no. I said it as fast as Max says it to me. I mean, just that, like it was on deck.
No.
Like it was on deck, almost like my brain went, please ask me if I like this. Okay? Please ask for my approval, because I am going to shoot it down. Okay?
Welcome to the stage. My disapproval.
Yeah. So now,
Yeah.
that said, how about a TCO?
Oh, no.
WTF?
And you flashed your phone a few times. You've had this in your head.
With TD.
You've been
Oh,
waiting.
yeah. No,
Yeah,
I've had that on deck.
Oh, yeah, bro.
I've had that on deck.
Yeah. All right. Here we go. Starts off with, please and thank you.
Yeah.
We're doing a holiday potluck to raise money. Please bring at least 2. Now, this is in capital letters. At least 2 items, or you will not be allowed to join. Potluck is at their address. That's been
Yeah, they blurred
redacted.
it. They blurred it.
See you there.
Yeah.
So far, this is all normal. Now there's really small print.
Oh, what do you mean?
I have a feeling this is where it's going to get
This is
into.
the fine print for the party, bro.
Donations are expected at least $150. If you do not donate, you will not, this is on caps, you will not be allowed inside our house. We are trying to have lots of money to afford an expensive vacation, so more than $500 is great. Think about Christmas and how much it'll mean to us. We want to go on this vacation ASAP, and we want you to let us go there. Happy holidays. Again, started with please and thank you.
Yeah.
That
I was
is
going to say, all the manners were at the
Yeah,
beginning.
please and thank you. Capital letter and please. Everything else is lowercase.
Yeah.
Exclamation
Then
point.
it almost goes full Damon.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? This is my response.
Minimum 150.
Yeah.
Minimum respect 500.
You know what's weird is if you got a door charge for your family Christmas party, okay, and there's a door charge, there better be like a 2-drink minimum.
There is a minimum you get to come in the house charge.
Oh yeah,
There
you're
is
right.
a 500. We will respect you and ask you back charge.
So imagine you throw them $150, but you got 1 casserole. You ain't coming in.
Hey.
2 dishes.
$150. And they're like, yeah, we said we wanted to have fun on this vacation, Damon.
Do you hate our vacation idea?
What is this? Ham and blue box mac? You can't bring 2 of them and call that 2 dish. That's 1 dish and 2 dishes.
Yeah, that's white trash casserole. I know it from here. I know what it is. Yeah.
You might as well have just brought a bag of white cakes. That's how disrespectful you are. You scumbag.
Yeah. And you're like, Mac was my +1. You scumbag. They just turn to look at him. You scumbag.
No, you step out of the doorway and he's just behind you. Oh, you were here. Nice.
Yeah. Ooh, that's callback. Yeah. But no, when I read that, and I like how they blurred their address.
At their address.
Yeah. So, but it's helping them. It's a holiday potluck.
Because it didn't like get weird. It was like it was normal. Everything was like in the frying pan.
Yeah. Yeah. But imagine you show up, you got 2 dishes because you read the thing, right? And you got no cash. Okay. Do they have like an ATM at their house? Do they have? Can you swipe a card?
Yeah.
What are we doing? You know.
I brought I would have given both birds. I brought my debit and my credit. And just flipped them up.
right. And then just start eating the casserole right in front of them.
Yeah.
This is delicious.
Yeah.
By the way, you would have liked this.
By the way, I brought this for me.
Yeah.
Because I knew I probably wasn't getting in the front door.
You're eating it on their porch.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you? I got no cash. Everybody's
Yeah.
coming up like, Damon, you going inside? I got no cash.
No.
I can't go in.
I do appreciate the swing you have out here.
Yeah. They got like a red rope and a bouncer. You know what I mean? He's checking IDs. Wait a minute. Did you RSVP? You got cash?
Yeah.
Oh, come on in. You know. But for them to be like, we want to have a nice vacation.
We want to have a nice vacation, and we go. Think about Christmas, bruh.
Yeah, think
Think
about
about Christmas. Happy
about it.
holidays.
Do you really
We
want
want to go ASAP. We want to be in this cold ass climate.
Yeah.
We want to be out on the beach. We need beach spending money. I don't need I need folding bills. You understand?
I was gonna say, yeah, my money don't jingle; it folds. That's what I'm saying. But yeah, and what was the one spot for $500? Right, it was somewhere that would be for about Christmas. I've lost it. Oh yeah, if you do not donate, you will not be inside our house. We are trying to have lots of money for an expensive vacation. So more than $500 is great.
That's what I'm saying. Minimum
$500 is okay.
More. 150 gets you in the door.
Yeah.
$500 barely gets you respect.
You want to be on the great list?
Barely gets you respect.
Yeah.
More than 500, great.
Yeah. Yeah. What's weird is they're like, look, we put a plaque on the wall with your name on it. And it's just a guy's got a wood burning thing and he's just burning shit and hanging it on the wall.
Oh, it probably just goes on the pork chops
but
and
then it
applesauce
ends,
dry erase.
But then it ends back in the big font. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays, everybody. All right. So thank you. And but they started with the only manners in the whole thing.
Yeah.
Please and thank you.
Please and thank you.
Yeah.
Probably because hey, before you put this online, maybe we should soften it up just a little bit.
Yeah.
Right at the top.
I read this.
Right at the top.
I think we're coming in hot.
Let's just put it right at the top.
Yeah. Let's ease it over. So speaking of which, I have a story. I don't know if I should tell it yet. Because it is about easing in. All right, I'm gonna go on a quick tangent. Okay. So they had a signing day for the high school kids, for the kids that are going to play sports at the next level. Okay.
Right. No
matter what level of school you're going to, they did that for all the sports people, which was cool because they had 29 people sign. So it was pretty neat. And so anyway, they're doing this thing and they realize once they're getting up there and they start with some of the girls. So they're doing softball or dance or this or that. So the first girl, she gets her award and she goes, well, we were kind of scrambling over there. We all got our phones out, but we realized we need to have something to say. Now we realize we're getting speeches from everyone. We didn't know this. We didn't know this. Okay. Not like we're getting 29 valedictorian speeches. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so we're like, oh, but not only that, not rehearsed ones that they're frantically writing together in the seats while the first person's talking. Okay. So fast forward to they get through some, and it's not everybody talk, just some, but they have 10 or 11 football guys. So I text Chuck while he's sitting over there, which he's never going to read my text, but I text him and I go, your speech better be epic. Because I know he's not going to talk, right? It is what it is. But I was wrong. He gets up there, he gets introduced, he talks to his coach, and no football player, and they all told him, don't talk. He's like, I got to do it. He goes, all these people are talking. We got to do it. Somebody's got to do it. So I don't know this. I'm not with him. He goes up and he pulls a left turn as a coach. He's shaking the coach's hand. And I think he tells him, he leans in and he goes, hey, I got some words. And the coach, because he just said, this guy never, he leads by example. He does not, he goes, I've talked to him more in the last 2 weeks and I've talked to him the 2 years I've coached him. Okay. And he goes, it's been great because I'm getting to know him as a person. But he goes, I've never talked to him like that because he just doesn't, he does his actions. It is what it is. Great words. Then this kid goes, but I got something to say. Okay. So that's the irony that's fun right there. Fast forward to, he comes in soft. This is the soft entrance. He goes, I'd like to thank my family. Thanks God. Okay. And his coaches for getting him to where he is and this and that. And he looks forward to going on the next level. Maybe you saw this video online. Maybe you didn't. Okay. Nicole put the video up. Anyway, and then he goes, a famous philosopher once said, or he said the greatest philosopher once said, and he goes, Coach Harding. Okay. He goes, he told me 4 words. Okay. And this is what he says. And he goes, Coach, I'm going to cuss because you cuss. And I'm thinking, no, I'm down here going, no, because I know what coaches say.
No.
Right. I've been a coach, not at the high school level. So I can imagine you have way more free reign.
Fudge.
Yeah. Well, he didn't say fudge. Yeah. 4 words were fudge repeated 4 times. But so what he says is he goes, and I know the whole story, but since he did this on the fly, he didn't lead in with the story. He let in real soft. I'd like to thank my family. I'd like to thank God. I'd like to thank my coaches.
Please and thank you.
Right. Okay. Then
This one goes out to please and thank
then he hit him with the $500. Okay.
Yeah.
Then he goes, and those 4 words are, don't be a bitch. Okay. And that's what he says. And everybody erupts and laughs. And it's neat because again, this is Chuck talk. He doesn't do that. And there's some comedic value to it. I wish he would have set the story up, but he didn't. And so then he's behind him is the athletic director and the coach. And they kind of look at each other and he hears him go, oh boy. Right? Because now we've kind of derailed this a little bit, but it's not, you're not above the law. If there's any repercussions, it is what it is. I realize you did it because it meant a lot to you, and I understand. But he goes, so if we learned anything, and he says it again softer, just don't be a bitch. And he exits the stage. And everybody's laughing. And I'm like, but not everybody's probably going to find it funny, my friend. And there's going to be a problem, but whatever. But my point is, and this is what brought it in my head, he leads in real, hey, look, I'm just here. I'm just here to say some stuff.
Hey, look, everybody, I'm just gonna.
Yeah, it's exactly. Please and thank you. Okay. Let me please and thank you.
Just gonna.
And now there's a 2-dish minimum.
I'm just letting you know that in a few seconds I'm gonna rock the boat.
Yeah.
But right now,
Right.
I'm calming the seas.
Right. It was totally, and again, it wasn't.
Water's like glass.
Yeah.
Don't even worry about it.
Ooh,
Don't even
he's
worry
making
about it.
ocean noises.
I know. Right behind me is a typhoon.
Yeah. Oh, it's coming.
Big old wave.
It's coming.
You know what that wave's gonna tell you? Don't be a bitch.
Don't be a bitch. Okay.
Just letting you know. And what have we learned? I can come in soft, but I won't be a bitch.
Yeah. That's exactly what. So when you said that, and that's what kind of just popped
Yeah,
into my
because it
head.
was literally like someone read it was like, hey, a little hot. How about we temper it down right at the start?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Hey, this seems really aggressive.
You are setting their faces on fire right at the end.
How about please and thank you?
How about a little please and thank you?
Let's lead in.
Magic
Hey,
words.
We put a heart behind it too. Did you see the heart?
Yeah.
What about the heart?
Magic words.
Yeah.
Magic words, emoji heart, light their faces on fire.
Because again, you've been around people like this, and maybe not directly towards you, but like someone they'll be so dramatic. They'll be like, okay, first off, please and thank you, but I need you to do this.
Please and thank you.
Please and thank you.
But what is it? Look, we want you to come to our house. We want you to give us a lot of money.
Yeah.
We don't want to feed none of you bitches.
Yeah.
So you bring 2 dishes each.
Yeah.
Preferably food that everyone else will eat.
Yeah.
Because, again, we're not feeding you.
Yeah.
Every money that we have is going to us and our vacation. ASAP.
By the way, the 150, that's per head. If there's 2 of you, I expect 300.
DNBB. Do not be a bitch. Got it?
If we learn anything, bring 2 dishes. Don't be a bitch.
Don't be a bitch.
Don't be bitches. Okay? 2 dishes, no bitches.
2 dishes, no bitches.
That's what it is. That's what it is. That might be the title of this one.
Oh, yeah. By philosopher Chuck.
Yeah. Scent of locker room. Yeah. All right.
So crates.
I have a There Goes My Hero. All right. And there goes my hero. She's not my hero, but I think if I was in this situation, I would love to be around her. Paducah. So now we're not in Florida. Okay.
We are in Kentucky.
Kentucky.
We are just south of Metropolis, Illinois, the only metropolis in the
40
entire state.
40 miles off the beaten highway. But anyway.
I could draw you a map, bro. I don't know where you went. I think you went up to Vienna, which is where my dad went to high school.
Okay.
Rest in peace. And then came back down.
I'm just telling you. I just know it's 40 miles off the highway. Anyway, a local nursing student was arrested last night at Reedland Community Hospital after several patients filed complaints regarding, get this, quote, inappropriate sponge baths.
Hey, real quick, please and thank you.
Yeah.
I would like to wash your hospital-based genitals.
So anyway, it gets better, okay?
Oh, okay.
Witnesses allege Darla Thornton, 22, displayed an unusual enthusiasm, quotes, during patient hygiene routines. One elderly patient, Mr. Fitzpatrick, let's quote him, okay, claimed she spent, quote, an eternity cleaning his elbow, accompanied by what was described as thrilling and disturbing at the same time. It's your elbow, sir.
His elbow.
Yeah, okay. It's your elbow. Look, unless they called it something different back in the 20s, okay?
Yeah, that was his squeeze?
It's your, yeah. Is that your squeeze? That's your elbows, okay? Hospital staff became suspicious, get this, after noticing a significant increase in patient requests for sponge baths.
What was this? Was this 1885? I can see your ankles.
They're under the door.
You want to look at my elbow? I can see your ankles. Yeah, I mean, was she like stroking his elbow?
Okay, but even among those previously averse to bathing, okay, So it says security footage reportedly shows Thornton entering rooms with a bucket overflowing with suds and a mischievous grin. Okay, you're a villain. You look like the Grinch creeping in with a bucket of suds.
Hey, everybody who wants to get washed. I have to wash you with a rag on a stick.
You're a clean one, Mrs. Thornton.
You're a clean one,
Mr. Finch.
Mr. Finch.
Let me get to those elbows.
Your elbows gonna shine.
Yeah. Right. I wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole. But anyway, so it says she kept asking if I wanted extra bubbles. Okay. Remember the movie Loverboy where you ordered pepper or you got anchovies on the pizza?
Yeah.
And the boy came to basically
Loverboy.
service your wife
Yeah.
while you were at work. Okay. Don't order anchovies. That's what I feel like when Mr. Finch is like, can I get extra bubbles? I need extra bubbles.
I need it real sloppy.
So it says she's currently suspended from Farley Community College nursing program, faces multiple counts of misdemeanor for battery and excessive lathering. Okay,
Well,
listen.
all right. For washing elbows.
I got a 1099. What is that? It's excessive lathering. We all know that. Okay.
Now, if she was coming in and being like, hey, we got to prep you for a colonoscopy.
Yeah.
We going deep.
But it says her attorney maintains her innocence, claiming she was merely, get this quote, providing a superior level of care. Okay. Now, not the type of person you think. Mugshot's not terrible.
She looks like she doesn't need to go getting geriatric bows.
No, she looks like she could wash elbows on the weekend if she wanted to.
She looks like she could go into any bar and
She could wash
take someone home.
22-year-old elbows. She doesn't have to go wash 80-year-old elbows. Understood. So, but anyway, I read that and I thought, first off, doesn't say Florida woman. It's Paducah, so significantly north. So that's better.
My cousin does work in the health department, the health business in Paducah. Maybe I should. Do you know this one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Bose.
Yeah.
We call her Bose.
Yeah. Noise canceling? Why? We call it, she's Bose. That's what we
Bose.
call it. Yeah, she's Bose. Bose knows elbows, okay?
Bose knows.
Yeah. All right. Now we have a strange story I want to get to.
Strange stories.
Mainly because of the title, and we may speed through a little bit of it because we're getting close. Unsecured, in quotes, penguin causes helicopter crash in South Africa.
What is a secured
Would you like to read the title?
You've nailed it.
Yeah, but-
Unsecured, in quotes. What's weird is that they double quote it and then they single quote it.
Yeah.
Penguin causes helicopter crash in South Africa.
Okay. I didn't know there's penguins in South Africa. Is that a thing?
Maybe that's what. Whoa! You know what I mean?
Yeah. Where did the penguin come from?
He's like, where we landed? Is this Madagascar? What's happening?
So it says, according to the investigation, the helicopter took off January 19th. All right. In South Africa's southeast coast. Its destination was Bird Island. Okay. So, maybe they're going to Bird Island. They're taking back a bird.
Hey, bird.
We got to return one. Okay. 40 miles off the East Coast. Okay. As you can probably guess, Bird Island's home to birds.
Hey!
It's a huge, rugged hunk of rock. That's what they called me in high school. They're like, man, now coming to the stage.
Well, 250 plus episodes. It's the first time I've legitimately laughed at something you said.
Yeah. Huge, rugged hunk of rock. All right.
No, it was a hunk of something.
It says with grass growing on it. So, yeah, I mean, I guess that was me in high school. I got some grass eventually. But it says it's home to various seabirds. Okay. I'm guessing a penguin's a seabird. I just thought South Africa, penguins, aren't they cold weather animals, I would think? But whatever. Oh, it's an African penguin. So anyway, it hosts roughly half the world's entire population of these small penguins, this island. Aboard the helicopter were the pilot and 3 passengers. One of them, according to the report, was a specialist, in quotes, on their way to conduct an aerial survey of the island. That's what they did. After the survey was complete, the pilot identified a suitable landing spot and brought the helicopter down safely. Once the specialist had completed on the ground what they had to do, they had a request for the pilot. They asked whether they could transport one of the penguins off the island in the helicopter. So maybe it's a make-a-wish.
So
a penguin
they
make-a-wish.
They were like,
I want a helicopter.
should we buckle the penguin in? No, let him run around the cabin.
Yeah. Look at
Boom.
He's
you
going
are
to get
now free to run around the cabin. Well, but the penguin is like, so this is what they've been talking about? Like somebody's got flight?
This is great. So the pilot didn't see a reason to decline. So the specialist caught one of the penguins. Caught one. Didn't walk up and go, hey, man, I got one that's pretty chill. I got to go catch one. Okay? Tell me yes or no, because I got to catch one of these little jerks, all right? So it says they placed it in a cardboard box.
I saw there's a picture of that.
Yeah.
Just an open lid.
We can only assume nobody planned to bring a penguin home. Otherwise, there sure would have been a more appropriate container. With the penguin in tow.
Hey, anyone get one of them penguin cages? No, I went to Staples, though.
Got
this paper box.
By the way, where do you find an empty... You did that on purpose, you jerk. Where do you find an empty cardboard box on Penguin Island?
Yeah.
You're like, okay, well, there's nothing here. Well, except for that box.
Yeah, the box.
Yeah.
I'm not touching that box.
It says Amazon,
Yeah.
and there's a guy snapping a picture. How did you get here?
Yeah.
Who ordered this?
I don't know. Someone wanted extra bubbles.
So it says, according to the report, the person sitting next to the pilot took the penguin box and placed it on their lap. Okay, problem number one. With that, the pilot started pre-liftoff safety check. He found no abnormalities. Penguin in a box?
Yeah.
Not abnormal. Okay. Rudder? Check.
Rudder check.
Yeah. Penguin?
Airspeed check.
Yeah.
Penguin in a box. Check.
Yeah. Cardboard box with a penguin in it? Check. Got it.
Loosely held by someone's lap. Check.
Yeah. Began to take off. It got about 50 feet, and the pilot started to turn the aircraft. As the chopper turned, the cardboard box and its penguiny contents slipped off the passenger's lap. He didn't even hold on.
That's what I said. Loosely held. I called this.
Oh my God. The bird fell straight onto the helicopter's controls, specifically the cyclic pitch control lever.
Oh, nice.
That
Good.
sounds important. Sounds important. Okay. So that's the way the helicopter rolls. That's how I roll, man.
Yeah, no,
that's how penguins. That's how
I
they
got
roll.
that from cyclic pitch.
Okay. So the falling penguin twisted the lever all the way to the right, and that's the way the chopper went. As it rolled to the right and began falling,
Ooh, what this do?
one of its rotors hit the ground and broke off. The helicopter crashed only about 20 yards from where it had taken off. Through some miracle, however, the pilot and each of the passengers escaped the incident without injuries. Okay, here's the deal. You are probably the luckiest SOB on the face of the earth, but now you just crashed your ride off this island. How are you getting home now? You know what the penguin went? Okay, we got 4 more for dinner. Okay, you guys better set some plates at the table because we got 4. But you took our box. You know, we don't have a box. We have nothing for them to sit in. We don't have a box.
Can you imagine though, if like let's say like everything is going to plan, and all of a sudden they're like, okay, all we need is the car.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh no!
Well, so here's the thing though. It says it slid to the right. Okay, if we had it slid to the left, would it just going to fall out? I mean, was it going to fall out of the helicopter?
No, I don't think they were like flying like Magnum PI style.
I got you.
Or like MASH.
Yeah.
You know, like in an army helicopter.
Then the penguin hopped on the gun turret,
Yeah.
and it's like, whoa, hold on a minute here.
I do it like what I gather is that they're in the front. They're not in seats in the back.
Right.
Because if a penguin just slightly slides out of a box and hits the rotor control,
Yeah.
that's kind of a problem.
Yeah.
Why aren't you now both that person and the pilot is like, hey, are you holding on to that? No. Okay. Is that secured? No.
So,
All right. We are 5-point harnessed in, right?
yeah.
That bird
Yeah.
is just flopping around in a non-lidded box. We good?
You know what's cool though too is we saw the picture of it. When it's laying down in the box looks huge.
Right.
When this thing stands up,
Yeah.
it's like chest high over the box. Okay, it's now top heavy. If it gets up to see what's going on because now it's being moved.
Well,
in
now
different
it's
directions,
like I've never flown before.
Yeah.
I am a bird who cannot fly.
I am a flightless bird. I am taking flight.
Freedom.
And you know what else? I got to see this. I got to stand up and see this. You know what I mean?
He's like, I haven't been this excited since I wrapped my wiener and baked it for 16 minutes.
Not 17. Where can they find us, Dad?
You can find us wrapping our wieners in 4 different styles at thatchecksout.net. Don't forget that you can find our merch. And that checks out all the socials. That checks out WDT. You can find us recording. We never know when. Sometimes here at Audio High Podcasting Studio. Guys, come down and check it out. It's really professional. We got the table where we sit. He's got some couches and chairs for a more casual view. He's got high top seats. I don't know if he uses those anymore. He's got a lot of lights and TV. Some of them aren't even plugged in. You come down and talk to Brian, do your own show. He is the audio producer of this show. Damon and I executive produce. Once again, Jerry's not here. We're pouring one out. We still think he's alive. We do not have confirmation. It has been 2 weeks in a row.
He's not here to wash Brian's elbows.
2 weeks in a row. We have no idea.
It is what it
and
is.
Brian asked for extra bubbles. We'll catch you next time.